Alrighty, welcome back, my charming conspirators. This is the horror game called Death Mark 2. On our last video, we just finished up Chapter 5, so here we go. Let's get into this. The following day at Kujo Mansion. So we just got done defeating Mr. Kokuri. Hello, Ita Nakasatsu here. Oh, hi, thanks for your help last night. What do you want? I heard from Miss Yasukoa that Hiro is dead. Yeah, about that. Hiro died in the last video. There was nothing I could do. Sacrifices had to be made. Mashida must have let Yasoka know about Hiro's death. And then she said this to me. The Departed'S figure is getting darker and darker each day. You should back away from this now. I don't know, man. I'm like 17 hours invested into this. Like, I have to continue at this point. Oh, coming from a spiritualist like Yasoka, those words would carry some serious weight. No wonder he's scared. Ita's information has really been a great help, but with all the people we've lost on this case, there's just no way I can try and talk him into risking his life to help me out. Yeah, we actually have been... I got it. Like 3 or 4 people have died so far. You were a great help. Thanks for all the work you did for me. Oh, I'll get back to teaching you how to work a computer once this case is all done. We'll start with internet use. That'll be something nice for you to look forward to, villain. Yeah, thanks. What are we gonna be doing? Go back to Windows XP? This is fine. Alright, Chapter 6, The Departed'S Wrath. He gave me a trophy, man. We gotta be getting pretty close to the end of this game, man. Like I said, I'm 17 hours deep into this, man. I leave the mansion and head to Konoehara Academy. I have to report last night's events to Mr. Kano. It's like we gotta be having a showdown, 1v1 versus the Departed here at any point. I enter the special building and walk toward the infirmary. As usual, there's nobody inside. I better go to the faculty room. Mr. Kano's waiting for me. Alright. Well, actually, I have 5 lost souls. So there's still 4 more to collect. Just want to see what we got available. What does this do? Reduce 3 damage. Nah. The Emperor's Baluahu? Reduce 3 action costs during... These really aren't that useful, man. What is the Madonna thing? Increase success rate during suspensive acts by 20%. I'm gonna save my souls. I just wanted to see what was available. Maybe it'll give me, like, better stuff once I have, you know, like 7, 8, 9 lost souls. Alright, so we need to go to the faculty room, talk to Mr. Kano. Since afternoon classes are still in session, the faculty room looks emptier than usual. Mr. Kano, who's sitting in the back of the room, notices my arrival. I still don't trust this bro either. Ah, you're here, villain. His voice sounds weak, and for some reason his complexion doesn't look so good. Are you alright? I assume you are inquiring about my physical condition. No, I am not well. I've been feeling lethargic and sluggish all morning. Perhaps it's the ravages of stress taking a toll on my body. It's just called getting older, buddy. But that's enough about me. I heard you received a notice yesterday. How did the investigation go? Just another person died, that's all. Nothing too serious. I gave him a detailed report about Mr. Kokuri's case from beginning to end. The sour expression on his face as he listens to me recounting the events of last night tells me all I need to know. Goodness gracious. Yeah, you're telling me. First Azumi, then Horikoshi, now Kakuta. 3 students have gone missing under my watch. That's what I've been saying, bro. And yet again, you failed to protect the targeted student. I'm gonna justify myself. If your justification satisfies the students and their parents, I would accept it as well. Though, if you ask me, your story would just serve to upset them further. Mr. Konoe, you can fire me if you like, but how would you stop the departed then? Yeah, I got you there. Mr. Konoe falls silent at my words. You're right. No matter how many valid complaints I have, it doesn't change the fact that you're the only hope I have of rectifying this situation. I let out an overly exaggerated sigh. I understand the situation he's in. Plus, what else can I do other than threaten him to stop bothering me? However, one more victim and you'll be dismissed. Sakamoto has backed me into a corner. Oh, damn. She's suspicious of you, especially in regards to Doryu and Kinikiwa. Yeah. We're not going to talk about what went down in the bell tower, man. But she's misunderstanding the situation. Your last chance, understood. Yeah. Good, that's all from me then. Don't let me down, villain. I'll try my best, man. That's all I can do. I leave the faculty room feeling Mr. Konoe still staring daggers into my back. Honestly, I couldn't care less if Mr. Konoe and Sakamoto suspect me. But if I get kicked off campus, I won't be able to investigate. And now I'm the only one who can pursue the departed and bring this to an end. I can't afford to make any more mistakes. A chime sounds over the speakers. Looks like class is over already. What do I do now? I really want to start doing some investigating, but I have no idea where to start. The departed, who is still hiding at Konoehara Academy, is playing their cards well. There don't seem to be any clues left. If I have to pick one spot that still has some ties to them, the clock tower seems like the prime spot. I mean, I'll go back. Are Doryu and Michiho coming? During summer vacation, Doryu and Michiho saw that female doll in the red dress there. At that moment, their bodies were afflicted with a curse. If the departed was the one who caused it, then that tower is probably connected with them. There might be something in there. Maybe I can get some more info if I talk to her. Should I go visit her? Let me check and see if anybody's in the student council first. Doryu is standing near the window when I enter the student council room. Yeah, bruh, let's go back to the clock tower. She notices my presence right away and turns to me. Ah, so you're here today. I heard about Kakuta and your assistant from Michiho. Yeah, it was really unfortunate. Yeah, there's nothing I could do. Say, Doryu, there's something I want to ask about the clock tower. Ah, that reminds me. I haven't told you about it yet. About what? I actually went to the clock tower during lunch break yesterday. What? You shouldn't be taking risks like that. Spirits don't show up during the day, so it's fine. I didn't go inside, though. The door wouldn't open. That's weird. Did someone lock it? That's unlikely. The key to the clock tower is missing. Nobody's able to enter the clock tower right now. But it was open that night. Was that the departed's doing? Probably. Looks like I can't investigate the clock tower just yet. About that clock tower, one time the clock tower doll I saw made the school newspaper. I was skimming through the school's old newspapers this morning, hoping to get information about the departed. And then I found an article about a female doll. Mr. Konoe told me that the school's historical records were lost due to war damage. But for it to have been buried in the school newspaper archives. Aren't you squeamish when it comes to horror stories and the likes? What made you do that? Oh, I just wanted to be some of help. Let's be polite, let's thank her first. No problem. Glad to be able to hear that from you. Can you tell me the details of that rumor? Yes. I swear to God, this doll that we've been seeing is really Mary from the first game. I swear to God it is. There was a rumor going around Konoehara Academy. 60 years ago, the first headmaster built the clock tower to commemorate the school's 10th anniversary. A stylish stone clock tower that stood tall in the remote countryside of Konoehara. Many students were wondering what the inside of the tower was like. Overcome with curiosity, some eventually snuck into the tower. What they saw inside the tower was the first headmaster's collection. There were a lot of antique things, but the item that caught the attention of the most people was a doll wearing a red wedding dress that lay on a stone altar. Rumors of the doll spread in no time because everyone was interested in its origin. However, the first headmaster had already passed away by that time, so he was unable to answer those burning questions. With nobody to tell the truth, wild speculation regarding the doll ran unchecked. The first headmaster, who always been fond of antique goods, had bought that doll from a European family. It's a cursed doll that was modeled after young girls who become sacrifices. The first headmaster had a craftsman make the doll to enshrine the deities of Konoehara. It's a doll made to calm the soul of a student who lost their fiancé and committed suicide. No definitive answer was ever found because there wasn't anyone who knew the truth. In the end, everyone forgot about the doll in the clock tower once the war broke out. So I'm just trying to see, if that is really Mary, how the hell is she going from that doll to the other doll back at the mansion, though? That's the thing that I haven't been able to figure out. And that was the rumor featured in the school's newspaper. It's truly an interesting story, but the rumor has so many variations regarding the origin of the doll. Which one is the truth, if any? Right, let me confirm one thing. Are there any rumors about the doll moving? No, none at all. Oh, okay. There are people who have seen the female doll, but not when she's moving. Guess I'm the only one who's witnessed it. I've got to go soon. Thanks, Doryu. Hope that information could help you in some way. I have to head out as well. The teachers told us not to stay at school. I say goodbye to Doryu and leave the student council room. Rumors about the female doll's been added to the spirit file. The rumors of the clock tower involve a doll in a red wedding dress that is placed on an altar inside. However, no one knows its origins. It's the same doll that shows up everywhere I go. I need to find out if the doll and the departed are related, in addition to a way to enter the clock tower itself. Like I say, I have no idea where the hell to go then. Let's check the faculty room. Maybe somebody's there with some keys, maybe? Yeah, Sakamoto's here. She might have a key. Still plaguing our school, are you, Mr. Villain? Damn right I am. I asked Mr. Kano to do away with you, though. Oh, don't worry, he heard you. He told me that I'll be dismissed if I make another mistake. That Kano is far too lenient. If an incident occurs, it'll be too late. We need to deal with this problem quickly. By problem, are you referring to... That is certainly a problem, though I'm more worried about Doryu and Kanikiwa. I don't know what kind of nonsense you've concocted in that skull of yours, but I assure you there's nothing going on. I have no intention of doing anything untoward with any students. Oh, God. And yet an incident can still occur, even without a teacher having such intentions. Just like in Mr. Hirose's. Hirose, the art teacher Sakamoto told me about when I was investigating Slipmouth Kashima. Both Kashima and Manabe had a crush on him, which spiraled into tragic consequences. I've warned Doryu and Kanikiwa not to get close to you. But seeing them defend you so fervently, the situation is getting dangerous. That's what my intuition as a woman is telling me. Let me repeat it again. This is all just a big misunderstanding on your part. I've warned you, Mr. Villain. If you'll excuse me, then... Ouch! Sakamoto grimaces, pressing her fingers to her temple. Hey, you alright? Leave me be. I've been having terrible headaches since this morning. This is all your fault. Where the hell'd she go? Mumbling invectives at me, Sakamoto hurriedly stumbles out of the faculty room. Jeez. A big sigh escapes my lips. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to investigate the departed. I'm actually wondering if she's complaining about headaches. I'm wondering if she's possessed. She could be. It's probably why she's been a dick to me this whole game. She's probably possessed. And sometimes the only way I can make progress is by getting the students' cooperation. I shouldn't refrain from asking them. Let me see if anybody else is lingering in student council. Nope, no one there. Okay. Just wanted to be sure. Let's go to the library. When I step into the library, I find a girl whose appearance clashes with the place. Oh, it's this chick. Saki. Sup, Kakuta didn't come to school today. You know anything about it? Oh yeah, we've been lying to her about his death. I wonder if we're going to tell the truth now. Nope. Sorry, no idea. There's no way I can tell Maruhashi about Kakuta's death. What are you doing here? I'm just chilling here. I've got no place to go. Yeah, that's that. Not after I learned how terrifying that corridor was. Then you should just go home. Didn't the teachers tell you not to hang out here after class? Who knows? Maybe something weird will happen to you again. Stop acting like a teacher and don't freak me out like that. I was about to go home anyway. My body just feels really heavy somehow today. Are you going to stay until night again? If you do, be careful. I have a bad feeling. I say goodbye to Maruhashi and leave the library. The school will be closing shortly. All students, please promptly vacate the school grounds for today. It's finally time for the students to leave school. I head back to the infirmary and try to come up with some kind of strategy for tonight. Okay, so clearly it wants us to go back here, so there must be somebody else here waiting for us. Okay, yeah, here's this bro. Welcome back, Mr. Villain. Looks like he's got another notice. What are you doing here, Abe? School ended a while ago. You better go home now. Goodness, that is too much. I'm not asking for grand gesticulations of friendship, but it wouldn't hurt you to be a tad bit kinder, you know? After all, I have come all the way here to provide you with the information regarding the departed. Come again? With the lack of a notice and no pertinent information, I'm pretty desperate. Let's give him a listen for now. I'm listening. Tell me more. Before we get to the meat of my report, there's something I'd like to tell you. This will be my final act of assistance. I shall cease pursuing the departed after this. Oh, really? What's with the sudden decision? I saw something with my left eye. I witnessed my own tragic end, assaulted by a terrifying demon with numerous legs. Yeah, that's what the departed turned into in the last video. It was like some type of like spider thing. By demon with numerous legs, I assume he must be referring to some kind of bug. If you want to deride me for my cowardness, feel free to do so. But I won't die if I abandon my pursuit now. My master has always warned me to do so. I'm not going to laugh at you. You've made a wise decision. However, it seems like you have not been afforded the same option. You cannot run from the departed any longer. So this is my parting gift to you as you take another step closer to death. What has he got? The Departed, a name we learned through the notices. However, that sinister name has existed since long before we first heard of it. 100 years ago, before Konoehara Academy was even founded, a dark incident occurred on these lands. There was a small village called M-Town near Konoehara. At some point, residents of M-Town succumbed to an unknown disease one by one. In the end, the village was destroyed and the incident was forgotten. But one of the residents said this before they died. This is the Departed's wrath. This is the most valuable information I've ever found. That's some interesting information. Where did you learn it? From the former headmaster. He liked to study the school's history during his spare time. When the first notice arrived, I went to him and asked him if he knew something. So he told you about the Departed's wrath? Yes, it sounded like a mere ghost story to him more than anything. He was a realist. He didn't believe in the Departed. If I remember correctly, that headmaster died of a heart attack, didn't he? Yes, if he were still alive, you might have learned more valuable information from him. Right after the Departed's notice first arrived, the only person who knew about their past died. Another convenient coincidence. Well, I shall be going home soon. To tell you the truth, I've been feeling under the weather. Perhaps I'm possessed. Now that I think about it, I've heard similar complaints from a lot of people today. It could just be an outbreak of some disease, but the events of last night suddenly crossed my mind. What if the Departed's transformation now gives them the power to not only affect the school, but humans as well? Or am I overthinking things? Mr. Villain, the gruesome death I saw with my left eye also applies to you. What awaits you is an inevitable catastrophe. I hate to see the great spirit doctor lose his life this way. After despondently speaking those words, Abe leaves the room. I guess I'll take that as a sign that he's really worried about me. Yeah, so I don't really know what we're supposed to do, but... the sun sets and darkness falls on Konoehara Academy. How many times have I greeted the night here? This has got to be Ita, probably. Why is the phone ringing now? Hello? Oh no, it's Michiho. Ah, it's me, Michiho Konnichiwa. Thank goodness you're still at the school. What's wrong? Just wanted to ask if you made any progress with your investigation. I'm curious. I'm in the front of the school now. Mind coming out? I don't mind, but could we just talk over the phone? Oh geez, it's fine, isn't it? I'll be waiting then. Sakamoto just gave me that warning today. Oh well, I have no choice since I made a promise. Should I head to the main gate now? Oh, everything's still red, isn't it? Yeah, the lights in the hallway are glowing red. That's not good. Given the lack of commotion right now, I'm guessing nobody's noticed yet. Oh well, it's pretty hard to miss, so someone's going to notice it sooner or later. That's not good if the lights are red. When I move the papers around, there's knife damage and some red marks. I don't know if that's new or not. We gotta go talk to Michiho. Michiho's waiting in the front of the main gate. The moment she sees me, she rushes over like a puppy. Good evening, Mr. Villain. You look tired today, too. Not surprised, though. How are you feeling? Same old, same old. A bit tired since I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. Never mind that. How's your investigation going? Did you learn any new facts? Not a lot, but I tell her about the story of the Departed's wrath that I heard from Abe. Wrath of the Departed. That sounds like something from a fantasy novel. Did the previous headmaster tell you anything? Nope, I wasn't particularly close to him. I'm student council vice president, but I usually just have Hein deal with the teachers. Oh, okay. There's something that's caught my attention. I remember M-Town coming up in one of the cases somehow. Now that she mentions it, that name does sound somewhat familiar. In which case, did the name M-Town show up? Oh, Jesus. I think it was in Slit-Mouthed Kashima, wasn't it? I recall what happened when we were investigating Slit-Mouthed Kashima. Yeah, I feel like I saw that name during Slit-Mouthed Kashima's investigation. Where did I see the name M-Town? Oh, goddamn, I don't remember. Shoot. Graduation album, bus route map, school newspaper. I feel like it was either the newspaper or the bus route map. I'll go with the newspaper. I don't remember. I think about what was written in those school newspaper articles, but I can't remember anything that mentioned M-Town. God damn it. The articles mentioned S and K, who were murdered by Kashima. Okay, it had to have been the bus route map. I tried to remember what was written on the bus route map I saw. Got him. Bingo. One of the bus stops I saw that time was M-Town Shop. I immediately let Michiho know about it. Oh, you're right. You sure have a good memory. Not really. If the owner is a descendant of M-Town resident, they might have some documents from the past. I'll try going to M-Town Shop. Sure, let's go there together. Wait a minute. You're coming with me? Of course I am. But don't you have a curfew? No need to worry, Hein can handle it. The door manager trusts her, you know. That's not the issue, though. I don't want to leave you alone. Carrying these burdens all by yourself just seems really tough. Tough, huh? I guess it is. Mr. Kano's ultimatum, Sakamoto's hostility, Abe's prediction of death, the Departed targeting me behind the scenes, the students and friends I couldn't protect, Daemon unconscious in a hospital bed. My heart is screaming from all the weight it's bearing, but I've chosen to close my ears and ignore it. I know I can't help carry all of that heavy baggage, but I can at least help you relax a bit. I'm begging you. I'm not asking for too much. Yeah, we gonna get in trouble with Sakamoto for sure. Her kindness tastes as sweet as honey to my exhausted mind. Except there's a chance she might be the Departed. Yeah, we can't rule that out. We cannot rule that out. Michiho and I climb into the car I parked near the school. M-Town Shop isn't too far from here. Watch, like, Sakamoto be spying on us, man. That'd be crazy. Okay, we're here. I parked my car nearby and walked toward the bus stop in front of M-Town Shop. Eek! This shop is so creepy. The building is run down and there's no sign of life inside. Doesn't look like anyone actually lives here. We'll find out for sure once we check it out. Does this say anything? It would be counterproductive to take the bus since I came here by car. No, wait, there was something else. There's an old mailbox hanging on the wooden wall. When I peer inside, I find a postcard. I wonder what it's a postcard of. Let's check it out. It's for our investigation. Why are you being so casual about everything? Without responding and before I can tell her to stop, Michiho's already got her hand on the mailbox lid. Huh? It's not opening. Is it locked? I don't see any keyhole, though. Interesting. A crooked guardrail and a slanted pole. Looking at the brake marks on the road, it seems like this was a car accident here. Safe driving is important. You should take that to heart, Mr. Villain. I'll keep that in mind, Michiho. Why can't we open this? Seems like the lid is locked and we can't take out the postcard. Okay, I don't know then.
Yoshi.
There's a faded paper with the word morning on it pasted on the glass door. Isn't this a morning notice? I think they hang it on the house and they're supposed to remove it after 49 days. You sure know a lot of strange things, huh? When my grandma died, one of my relatives told me about it. But does that mean someone here passed away sometime in the past 7 weeks? I suppose it would imply that.
Yoshi.
Yeesh. The other side of this dusty glass door is pitch black, preventing us from seeing inside of the store from this vantage point. Jesus Christ, what's happening now? What's going on here? I hear an eerie male voice coming from inside the shop. Quorio. A vending machine with bottled water inside, a rare sight these days. Judging by the lack of any light and the fact that it's not making any sort of mechanical sounds, it seems like it's no longer in use. Heh, this vending machine is kind of rare, isn't it? It's got bottles of water. Is it out of order? Geez, what a shame. I wanted to buy one for nostalgia. Can we not go in? What's going on? A door leading to the old shop. Inspect. There's no bell anywhere around the store. We'll just have to knock on the door to see if there's someone inside. There's no response. Maybe they're asleep. Let's try it again. Still no response. Let's give it one last try. Third time's the charm, right? How am I getting damage? Like, how? My head. A scene suddenly flashes before my eyes. And that scene is... That's big brain right there. Of an elderly man lying on the ground of an old store. His head is deformed and swelling to the point of becoming, gelatinous? I don't know. Swarms of centipedes continue to issue forth from his eyes. Jesus Christ. Bugs. This is the Departed'S wrath. The moment he stops speaking, his body also stops twitching. All that moves in the dark now are the bugs. I wonder what caused this to happen. I can no longer hear any response coming from his gaping mouth. There is one thing I'm dead certain about. He said this was the Departed'S wrath. What's wrong? Did you not see what we just witnessed? I saw what happened. The owner of the shop, he was probably killed by the Departed's wrath. I described the vision I just saw to Micho. Oh, okay, only we were seeing that. Okay, my bad. Sorry, Micho. So the person that was being mourned was that old man you saw then? I guess so, yeah. But they had the mourning notice up, which means they had a funeral, and that means his corpse must have been found. That's odd, because the other victims' corpses disappeared. How could that be? Oh yeah, that is right. Didn't Kakuta's corpse remain too, though? Maybe there are times when they don't need to get rid of the corpse or something. I don't understand. This is just a guess, but the Departed wants to continue this whole little notice game. If there's actually a dead body found at the school, the police will come. There's a chance that the school will be closed, and then there won't be any students. So maybe they only discard the corpses at school. But Manabe's body also disappeared, and she didn't die at the school. That one was probably because of you, though. With that corpse at the hospital, the cops probably would have arrested you, and that's also not something the Departed wants. That actually makes sense, since I'm supposed to be their husband. And this ends my sloppy deduction. Thank you for listening. Although she doesn't think too highly of her reasoning, I have to admit that it does make sense. This corpse was found outside the school and had no ties to me, therefore it remained. Why was he cursed, though? I'm not so sure, but maybe it's because he was a descendant of M-Town resident? M-Town was destroyed by the Departed's wrath. Well, we don't know what exactly happened there. The wrath still remains, and it killed the old man. What was that sound? Is the mailbox just open? Yeah, it came from the mailbox. There's an old mailbox hanging on the wooden wall. When I peer inside, I find a postcard. It doesn't look any different. Maybe I was just hearing things. Just to be sure, I try and open the lid one more time. Unlike last time, it opens easily. How is this possible? Did something just happen to get caught so the mailbox refused to open? Or was there a trigger or something? Oh well, not like I'm going to get an answer. Time to see what was locked away. I collect the postcard. It's addressed to M-Town Shop, though I have no idea who the sender is. Oh, the sender's the previous headmaster. I flip the card over and find some words of gratitude written on it. This is obviously some kind of thank you letter from the previous headmaster. Reading the letter more thoroughly, the shop owner apparently donated an old book about M-Town's ritual to the school. An old book about M-Town, huh? Interesting. It should be in Konoehara Academy now. Yeah, we gotta go to the library. Yep, probably in the library, although if they considered it to be a valuable item, they might have put it away somewhere else for safekeeping. We came this far, and that's where the trail leads, so why don't we try looking for it? Let's go back to Konoehara Academy. Just want to make sure, is there anything else in there? Nope. You never know. I leave M-Town Shop and get into the car I parked nearby. The trip back to Konoehara Academy should only take about 5 minutes if we don't get caught in traffic. Throughout the ride, Michiho only stares blankly at the scenery outside. She was in such high spirits earlier, I wonder what's wrong. Say, Mr. Villain, do you have a moment? Michiho calls out to me in a low, subdued voice, as if she were waiting for the right moment to spring something on me. I need your opinion on something. It's related to the Departed. Mind if I talk about it? Sure, go ahead. It's about the Departed's notices. Do you remember how many notices we've gotten? Including the one that arrived before I came to the school. Oh, Jesus. We would have had a notice about Kakuta. There would have been one about Hiro. Did Haim get a notice? Michiho? Crap, I don't remember. I think it's either 5 or 6. I'm gonna go with 5. So close. God damn it. The correct answer is 6. I knew it. I try to recall the 6 notices. The first was targeting Ribbon, aka... Oh, I forgot about the pianist. That's right. The third notice was for Naomi Horikoshi, the model, and the fourth was for Megumi Manabe, gold prize. Fifth was for Doryu and Michiho, student council, and finally the hooligan Kakuta. What about the notices? I want to know what the purpose was for issuing those notices. The Departed isn't a spirit who goes around committing horrible acts for fun. They issued those notices with a goal in mind. Ever since the model notice, they've been releasing those notices to test you, their husband. But what about the first 2? Well, now that you've got me all curious about it, too, do you have any ideas? Well, yeah, sorta. If they issued the later notices as a trial for their husband, I'm guessing that also applied to the first 2. So are you saying there was already a marriage candidate even before I arrived at the school? Yep. If I'm right, who do you think it was? The potential husband before me was... I'd say probably Kano. Huh? Why do you think that? He wasn't even at the school when the first notice arrived. Ah, crap, that's right. Who do you think it was, then? Izumi. Izumi was different from the other victims. Before he was murdered, he said the Departed is calling me. I actually heard his last words. Seems like he knew the Departed's true identity. Seriously? Who is it? Well, he didn't actually say, but if he really did learn the Departed's true identity, he probably was being put on trial. So the first notice was really issued to test Izumi, huh? I guess he was deemed unfit since he abandoned Takai and ran away. Maybe that's why he became the second target. I showed up at Konoehara Academy at that time. I don't know what they saw in me, but they chose me as their next potential husband. And you didn't run away and actually accepted the challenge. You tried to save those spirits' souls. That cool side of yours must have fit with their image of an ideal husband. And that concludes Michiho Kanikiwa's deduction. Man, I sure have a good imagination, right? Maybe I can be a novelist or something. To be honest, I'm blown away by the story that Michiho concocted for me. It's as if the Departed themselves is telling me their plans. I would have never thought that you could piece together their train of thought so well. I'm surprised. Hee hee! Michiho smiles and her fingers playing with her white hair. I suppose it's because that doll was cursed by the Departed. Previously, she said she thought the Departed was that female doll. I guess she still stands by that opinion. Somehow I can understand how they feel, like when I was possessed by Kashima. The Departed has been longing for an ideal husband for who knows how long. And then they found you. Michiho? I love you. I want to vow to live happily ever after with you. Then I want to... Oh my god, she's the frickin' departed. Eat you up. And she's sitting right next to me. Just, oh my god. Bro. Michiho. You cannot do this, girl. Like, are you kidding me? Come on now. That's what I'm saying. Oh, don't be mad, please. I end up getting carried away when I start acting like the departed. How was it? Did I freak you out? Don't tease your teacher. It's not funny at all. You nailed it. I'm gonna be playful with it. I'm gonna say you nailed it. Oh, really? You're making me blush. We should be arriving at Konoehara Academy soon. I open the window and let the cold night air in. I don't think I could bear this indescribable atmosphere. Well, I mean, I guess we could probably cross Michiho off the departed list then, because if she really was the departed, she would have just killed us there. Whoa, why are the lights red? Oh, right, I didn't tell you about this. They've been like this since last night. I think the departed did this, but I could be wrong. I see. Is this their way of trying to charm you? In what way exactly? Let's see. The departed thinks you're their ideal husband, right? They do, yeah. It's gotta have something to do with some type of, like, red wedding ritual, because the doll's wearing a red dress, the lights are now red. It's gotta have something to do with the color red. This is something I've seen on TV. In Shinto weddings, bonfires and paper lanterns are usually lit at night to illuminate the path of the newlyweds. I figure these lights are their version of that. They're really going all out to perfect every little detail of their wedding then. I mean, everything they do is pretty detailed. They issue fancy notices and even blend themselves in with the people in the school. But they're having so much fun. I don't doubt that. Among spirits, there are some who feel their greatest pleasure when they're inflicting fear on humans. Supposedly an exquisite pleasure that humans cannot comprehend. The departed might be one of those spirits. It doesn't seem to be causing any harm, so we probably shouldn't pay much attention to it. Let's just ignore it for now. You're a strong one, aren't you? Shall we go to the library then? Oh yeah, we're supposed to be finding that damn book. Why don't you go back to the dorms? It's getting late. Boo, don't wanna. Let me tag along until the end. I'm curious to know where this leads. But how about I promise I'll go home once we find that old book? Just let me stay until then. What if I don't want to? Then I'll still tag along. Sheesh! I better find that old book as soon as possible so this curfew-breaking student will head home. The best place to find a book should be the library. Yeah, it should be. One would think. I honestly feel like Michiho is my favorite character of this game. She's just the right amount of crazy. Alright, where's this damn book hiding? This is the library's checkout counter. There's nothing particularly unusual about it. Okay. I've been checking out books related to insects. I recommend World's Weirdest Insects. I'll keep that in mind, Michiho. There's a wooden book storage cabinet with a glass door. It seems to store special books that aren't allowed to leave the school premises. Since old books would be considered valuable items, it should be somewhere around here. Michiho and I split up to check each book storage section. H city's legal or local documents and old maps are stored together in the school newspaper folder. I skimmed the documents hoping to find anything related to the departed, to no avail. I can't seem to find anything that looks like an old book either. Hey, Mr. Villain, this book has some information about M-Town. Michiho shows me a book titled H Cities, A Local History, which was self-published by the previous headmaster. Issued a year ago, this book apparently was only given to family and close friends. Thinking it might be connected to the case, I write down the bits about M-Town in my notes. Konoehara and M-Town. Konoehara used to be a small town named M. The area where Konoehara Academy currently sits was once M-Town's downtown. M-Town had its own beliefs and customs, though they gradually disappeared following the westernization that occurred during the Meiji period. Furthermore, the plague that occurred at the end of the Meiji era caused a sharp decrease in its population. The survivors are all called it the Departed'S Wrath, but autopsies determined it to actually be Cholera. It's still unknown what the Departed refers to, though some speculate it may be tied to their local folklore. M-Town's religion. 2 earthly deities were enshrined in M-Town. One of them was Mushigami. Details regarding this deity are hazy, and there are not many traces of M-Town's customs, though it does beg the question, did these people really make an insect their god? Mushigami Shrine was said to be located in the vicinity of Konoehara Academy's old building. Because the shrine was already half ruined when the school was founded, they demolished it to build the old building. When the first headmaster, Genzu Kano, had the shrine demolished, he tried to placate Mushigami in their souls of those who died of the plague. This is how the shrine and the connecting corridor came to be. Both teachers and students have called it Kakuri Shrine, but that's actually incorrect. It was simply named after the guardian fox of the Mushigami Shrine, which is now standing in the courtyard. We've obtained the notes. Lord Mushigami, huh? What a beautiful name. I want to know their connection to the Departed. How should I put this? There are many scary stories where gods punish humans for destroying their shrines. The Departed's wrath began before the shrine was destroyed, though. True, but I don't think those things are completely unrelated. Because those who knew the wrath died one after the other. You see the picture of the talisman over there? I think they had good taste for choosing centipedes, don't you think so too? Is the theme Scola Pendra Subspidipus? Michiho points at a photo on the edge of a page about the local history. It's an old talisman with a centipede drawn on it. Looking at the details, this talisman was made at Mushigami Shrine. Apparently, the previous headmaster got his hands on it. In M-Town, people believe they could escape danger by putting this talisman on the front of their houses. Why do I feel like I've seen this talisman somewhere before? Now, where was it? Ah, that's right, the shrine on the 2nd floor. There are talismans hanging there. But all we found inside the shrine was the petri dish. There wasn't any information related to M-Town. According to the book, that shrine was built to replace M-Town's Mushigami Shrine. So what are disaster prevention talismans doing hanging in a shrine that's been around for so long? Were they that afraid of Mr. Kakuri rumors or something? I just remembered, I saw that talisman before. Michiho, who is peering at the book beside me, speaks up. The shrine in the connecting corridor, right? To my surprise, she shook her head in disagreement. Where did you see it then? Over there. I was completely confused at the time, but I saw the talisman with my own eyes. A place where she was completely confused. Don't tell me she saw that talisman at... Well, she was confused at the clock tower. Exactly. When both Haim and I were on the ground, I saw that talisman. Why don't we go inspect the clock tower? It's locked, bruh. Yeah, it's locked, though. It was open that time, no? I mean, it's already nighttime, so who knows? Maybe it's open again. I mean, that is a good point. We could go check it out. It might be indeed. It doesn't make any logical sense, but I'm still willing to believe in that slim chance. Let's go to the clock tower. Well, I kind of want to finish searching books about plants arranged on the shelf. Well, there are some who are interested in plants, but not me. I only see plants as bug food. Maybe we can find a tooth.
Yoshi.
Yeesh. This bookshelf is filled with all sorts of encyclopedias and pictorial books. Oh, this is... So the World Beetle Encyclopedia is back, huh? Now you can see as many beautiful beetles as you want. Bichiho takes out a book with a stern-looking beetle on the cover. Man, I really can't get enough of this. All of them are just so cute. I guess this is how men just feel when they look at gravure magazines. I don't know how to reply to that. Like, you see this elephant beetle is just adorable. Look at the silhouette in this corner. As Michiho's about to show a photo from the book, something falls out. I told you there'd be a tooth! I got him! I pick it up. It's an eerie tooth. Well, get me that soul power. Why is that here? And it came from an insect encyclopedia of all things. Are they challenging me? Don't ask me. This is why you inspect everything, conspirators. I've been trying to tell you this for God knows how long. Alright, so well, I'm actually coming up on time. I got like 3 minutes left. Let's go back to the infirmary and get a save on file. How are we with character file? Did anything else get added in? I don't think so. That's the only page for this one, too. Okay, so I think we're caught up on all the documentation. Yeah, let's save. Yeah, we're 18 hours into this game, bruh. Chapter 6, final stage. Alright, guys, when we come back, we will head to the clock tower, see if we can get in there, and we'll go from there. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, conspirators, stay charming, and we'll be back with more Death Mark 2 very soon.